White Rook 85 up at the cabin a few weeks before the opening of Pennsylvania rifle season 2016. Have a couple things I'm going to put on the stand. I've showed a couple of these things before, but it's going to do something a little bit different that you may want to try out. It's pretty cheap to do. I have the wrap for the stand, and this will fit either a one-man or two-man stand. Pretty good blind around where you sit, covers a lot of your actions, hand movements, etc., and also blocks a little bit of that wind. It's a zipper for a doorway, as you'll see. I have a roof piece right here. I'm going to set this roof piece up above me, of course, in the tree. And the new thing that I'm going to do, and we've done it down the club in Delaware for a couple years, and this time, this is the material. It's not the burlap, but it's the material type of camo, and I'm going to string that from the roof itself down up to the shooting rail, so I'll have a little bit of more of a blind, complete blind in the tree, and just not, from there down. It'll be above my head, hopefully kind of keep me in the shadows a little bit, and of course hide any movements. And then of course this is solid, and I'll make some cuts in it and use some tie wraps or pipe cleaners or twist ties to sort of make what you would think almost as curtain entries or portholes for it, to be able to see out and to shoot the rifle out of. It is a little bit harder if you're going to use a crossbow. Kind of gets in the way a little bit, but if you're just using a rifle, shotgun, or regular firearm, it works perfectly. So let's head back into the woods over there, get to my stand, and we'll start to put this all together and see how it turns out. Go ahead and get up in the stand, start to get ready. Pulling up the rain roof, and that was separate. Bought that a few years ago. That attaches to the tree via the ratchet type straps, pull type straps. Pretty easy to put up, doesn't take very long. And with that in place, go ahead and get the wrap for the bottom of the stand out. Used these before, and this is a plasticky type material. It has some holes in it where we're going to go ahead and put some tie wraps through and fasten those on the bottom and the top, so it's nice and tight in there. I'm using the zip ties to fasten this on so it doesn't go anywhere. Well, let's speed this up and we'll get to the part where just about finished the top. Again, just using the zip ties to fasten that on. You can see it was a pretty windy day, but by the time I'm finished, it's all pretty good. And again, here I'm explaining the top is done and still have a little bit more to do, but once you get that bottom secure, you won't have the wind blowing, you won't have any motion. This is just about set. I'm going to take this camo, go from here to here with it, all the way around. Alright, let's speed this up a little bit too. It was a little longer than you need. As you can see, it was about a foot longer, so I just rolled it up So when I'm using the twist ties, it has a lot to grab onto and I won't get any ripping or stretching of the material. And just like the bottom of it, just go all the way around, attached to the roof, and then again attaching to the shooting rails with the zip ties.
Well, there it is. I have to go back and get my knife, cut some slits in there, and put some pipe cleaners, and you'll see what I'll do with those. But it takes a lot of tie wraps, a little bit of time, but protected from the rain, and should be fairly hidden up there. Got my knife, got some pipe cleaners, somewhere in one of these pockets, needle nose, wire cutter. I'll be cutting all the ends of the tie wraps off. I put it in my pocket, I take them, I throw them away in the cabin so they can get disposed of. Even an end of a tie wrap I don't like throwing in the woods. So you are the steward of everything out here, so keep it as nice as you possibly can. I'll clean up all my trash when I leave.
And here's the top. I put a couple slits in there and then used pipe cleaners, but you can use twist ties, the zip ties, to basically pull that material in, so then you have some viewing ports out there, but you're still fairly hidden. And again, the camera's against the bright sky, so there's a little bit of a contrast there, but I'm at to the point where you can almost barely see what I'm doing up there. I'm making a lot of movements, but you really can't tell, and I'm going all the way around.
Here's a side look at it. It's going to work pretty good, and I'm going to be pretty darn hidden up in that thing. Really, it's like a blind in the sky. That's really what it is. And hopefully it'll pay off. Everybody wants their work to pay off or something. It looks good. Cost on that about $35 or so. About $25 for the wrap. The camo materials, that was $10. Some tie wraps, some pipe cleaners or so. It should last a while, and maybe at least 3 seasons, maybe a little bit more. But I know I'm going to be hidden up there. Deer are going to have a lot more. I have a hard time of seeing me up there. So it's going to disguise some of my motions, and hopefully it'll, like I said, it'll pay off. So bring your knife up with you. Of course, you probably have that. Bring some pipe cleaners, bring some tie wraps, or twist ties. Have them in your pocket in case when you're up there you need to make a couple minor adjustments. When you're in there, you see something blowing around a little bit, have them in your pocket or whatever, and you'll be set. It'll be a good blind for you, tree blind really. So this is White Rook 85 signing out from Camp Go Time, deep in the woods, Pennsylvania.